Hello, my fellow hunters, and welcome to that time of the week that's ever so sweet. And I know what you're thinking. My new fashion set is gorgeous, thank you. And I know what else you're thinking, but we've just had Title Update 3. What more could we get in this first proper reset? Well, the answer, my friends, is pretty damn cool. And spooky, but cool. Cool and spooky. I'm gonna get on with it. You know, I'm just gonna get on with it. As always, the first order of business is to bother Monday get rid of his exclamation mark because, damn it, we've got some bounties to look at. Reset and ready to go. Triple silver melding tickets for those talismans, always worth grabbing. That perfect god roll could be behind each one of them, and the rest, as usual, always good rewards. Getting pick a meal vouchers, very nice as well, alongside your arena ones, which might actually end up being quite relevant this week, wink wink, and your endemic and your fishing. So with that said, we go have a chat with your handler of choice and head to event quests. So of course, Omega Savage Planetes is still rampaging around, killing us all, and generally just causing a lot of pain. Really fun, challenging, satisfying pain, but you know, God, what a monster. In any case, we've also still got, and get him while you can, our 9-star Blangonga, the most powerful of the monkeys. Still not a ridiculously challenging fight, but very, very entertaining, and it really goes to show that monsters can all be pretty damn good when they've got enough health and you're not permanently wounding them onto the floor. He's also a pretty decent talisman farm. Then the Archtempereds remain as per usual, and joining the roster then we have the following: Anguish and Atrocity, which essentially exists just to increase your HR quickly, but still not as quick as doing high level mobs. Then you've got where you'd least expect it, which is your ingredient farm Zuwoo for garlic, and if you ever feel the need to just, you know, get a load of garlic, this is where you do it. And then lastly, the Eldritch Enigma, the tempered Zuwoo in the arena, and this one is another load of HR as a reward, which is quite nice. You want to be doing this one over Anguish and Atrocity, it's not really that much harder, and you get much better scaling of your rewards. The rest is as it was last week, minus a couple. But the most exciting thing then, by far, is Frenzy or Be Frenzied Upon. So we've got a Frenzied Nursilla, a Frenzied Gypsaros, which is already just delicious, and I do think it's quite mean putting them both in the arena next to each other, so every Gypsaros is going to start its life being, well, skinned alive, but in any case, they're both Frenzied, which usually would mean, oh no, it's just going to be like a 30-second hunt, they've got no health, oh, but they are 8 stars. Yes, this is technically an 8-star Nursilla with an 8-star Gypsaros, joining those new random out-of-nowhere 8 stars. We had the Guardian Ebony and the Gravios, and now it's these two in Frenzied. So yeah, very, very exciting, and it rewards, well, something very special. And other than that, it's what it looks like on the tin. 2 8-star Frenzied monsters. Neither of them are particularly big, neither of them are particularly small, but both are really, really entertaining to see happen, and honestly, this is probably one of my favorite event quests, just full stop, that has gone down. It's a really fun cluster of a fight, 2 thematically linked monsters, fun times in the arena. I always kind of appreciate, honestly, a lot more sometimes than being on an actual map, so that's a good to see too. They both actually deal quite fairly reasonable damage, obviously nothing, you know, ridiculous, but they do genuinely feel threatening, and they don't immediately fall over the second you start attacking them, which is exactly what I wanted from this, because that would have been just really anticlimactic. Overall, just a fantastic fun time with a fantastic fun reward. the skull ticket. A ticket depicting a skull, which just sounds like someone took a little post-it note and drew a spooky, scary skeleton on and handed it to you as a reward. But hey, we can take it to the smithy, and you know what that means. A brand new bit of armor. And in this case, it's the skull mask. A little bit of a classic, and it comes with full intimidator and earplugs, which, you know, make a lot of sense. You can't hear anything with your ear canals running away, and you can't swell the lie and say it's not an intimidating bit of attire. Oh my god, with the full white dye on. Obviously, we're not going to be using this for its actual raw skills, though I love that it's randomly a rare 8 piece of armor, which is hilarious, but it's very much going to be there for those fashion sets, and it's a very distinctive look. It's good to see it, and it comes from a very, very worthy cause. After that then, the other big new hunt of note as we head over to Ricardo is our next challenge quest. This one being a proper you will get pendant rewards if you manage to get a good time on it one. And while as far as I can tell the pendants haven't actually been revealed, I can only imagine based on how good literally every single other one has looked. Your Duna, your Dao, your of course Mizutsune, etc. This one is going to be up there, especially Seregios and his blade themed. In any case, Boundless Blade then. Let's have a look what sets we're working with, and 5 minutes is your gold for the coolest and most elaborate pendant reward. We've got gunlance and heavy bowgun, and I should say this is just kind of a regular Seregios, so you don't have to have any like 9-star tempered PTSD flashbacks. It should be a fairly smooth, fun fight, and we've got a nice agitator elementally coalescence set, which is actually pretty good. Some adrenaline rush and window, but honestly, you know, I'm not a gunlancer, so I'm not a heavy bowgun, so take what I say here with a pinch of salt. We then move over to a combo of hunting horn and insect glaive. Insect glaive's always a strong contender in these, though peak performance is certainly a choice, though the horn itself might well end up being quite good. Horn is especially powerful at the moment, as we know. Then we get longsword and switch axe, which on paper do seem incredibly solid. You've got latent power, you've got your resentment, you've got max might, you even got some gore and antivirus going on. These just seem really kind of just strong, and even the bleeding resistance is genuinely going to come in handy when all we really care about is speed. So, let's jump in. As you might imagine then, as with all of these, it is just a regular form of the monster, your 6-star Seregios as you're expecting, and there's nothing particularly crazy going on with him, no size differences or anything like that, a proper challenge quest, and you just have to hunt him your absolute best. He is such a fun fight. I think Wilds has done such a good job with Seregios. Even after Sunbreak, to be fair, already did such a good job with Seregios. And honestly, with how fast he moves, there is going to be some really interesting puzzles to hopefully solve when it comes to choosing the weapons. That's like my favorite thing about these, and I think something that really gets underestimated when we look at these, because I know it is a lot of fun using your own sets on them, like we have had on a few, but getting predefined sets and having to establish roles, especially if you're playing with someone else, which I think is always sort of underplayed, can be really quite the entertaining experience. But in any case, yes, good luck with your runs, good luck with your gold time, good luck with your pendant farming, and you will likely do a better job than me. In any case then, yes, that's this week. What's new, what you've got to do, and how to best do it. A really nice little one, and honestly, event quests are just slowly reaching that climactic point where they're just better and better and better every time, and nearly always worth doing, so that's really nice to see. And it's also just really awesome to get some actually threatening frenzied monsters that are harkening back a little bit more to your 4 ultimates. But now then, like you enjoyed this, subscribe, hit the bell for more, consider supporting the future channel on Patreon description down below, and until we meet again, a goodbye.
Josh, Cotton, and Hollow with the videos, dropping the humor like a hammer on your tippy toes, bringing entertainment on a daily arrangement to take our insanity and turn it into entertainment. Yes, I said entertainment twice, to reiterate that it is nice to look into your faces on a mostly daily basis when you let us in your homes to make the whole world our stage. Goodbye.